friends, welcome back to my channel. Sas here. I'm here to do another review of 90 Day Fiance. Y'all, I made it. I really didn't think I was going to be able to put this up today. I was thinking more like, Wednesday, but I made it, y'all, and I'm here. Okay, so let's talk about last night's episode. It was me, okay? Nothing much went on, all right? So let's start off with Desperation Anna and Translator Anna. All right, so she is making wedding favors. Real cute idea. Little honey jar favors for the wedding. Adorable. Perfect idea for those two. I mean, they both beekeepers and, they met on a beekeeping fan page or whatever you want to call it on Facebook. So that's a real cute idea. I love honey, and that honey looked good. So, a very cute idea. Meanwhile, Translator app is outside making a honeycomb display. Now, he done went to Home Depot and just got some wood and started stapling it together, because I hope that was the beginning stages, because I didn't see honeycomb. What I seen is one of those shelves that you can put up on your wall and just put little knickknacks on. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I didn't see honeycomb, but hey. So he goes inside, and of course he wants, Desperation to come out there and see his work. And she was like, look, I'm busy. He was like, no, come on. And she was like, I'm busy. Come on now. Now, I know when he got this wood now. Now, come and see my honeycomb. So she goes outside, and of course she's looking at it. He got two heads thinking to herself, now this don't look nothing like no honeycomb. But we got bigger issues, okay? What's the problem here is communication. We have lack of communication. So, he's bringing up them boys, all right? Them boys are not here for Mursel. Honey, Mursel said that the boy said Mursel is stupid. That's what Mursel said. And so she was like, okay, well, let's talk about it, all right? What do you want to talk about? And of course, Mursel only has yes, no, I don't know. That's his answer to everything, okay? He says that the reason why he says those things to avoid an argument, okay? He cannot express the way he feels because it's hard to communicate with someone using a translator app. But of course, here's Desperation, who's feeling frustrated, okay? She says that he's bottling everything in, that he's not expressing how he feels when it comes to the boys or anything. He just gives these short, quick answers, and it's going to ruin their relationship. She's having second thoughts about this marriage and this relationship because the communication is killing them. Now, friends, like I said before, and I will continue to say, okay, you knew all this before you chose to marry this man. You knew all this before you brought him to the United States to meet your boys. You knew all this. What did you think? That his English was going to improve? His English was going to improve a month after you meet him? I'm confused, Desperation. Now, yes, okay, I guess he could have been taking some classes and, brush up on, his English, but he didn't. So now you're going to have to deal with it, all right? And if you don't want to deal with it, then you take care of it, not your children. See, you put them in this predicament when you didn't have to, okay? So let me get off my soapbox. So she gets upset, she starts crying, and then he starts laughing. And she was like, no, see, now you're laughing at me. Okay? Did you see when he had his hand on her shoulders and she knocked it off? I was like, Lord, if you don't go home with Translator app, a mess. Just a mess. Okay, so, after all this whole little breakdown, okay, she is going to go wedding dress shopping with her homegirl. They're trying on dresses, and she's saying that, of course, Mursel, being a Muslim, I don't need to explain to y'all what that means, okay? He wants her covered up from head to toe, okay? Your fingernails may be shown. That's it. But she says, listen, it's my wedding day, and I would wear what I want to wear. If I want to show shoulders, if I want to show knees, if I want to show toes, head, shoulders, knees and toes, head, shoulders, knees and toes, two eyes, who is a mouth and a nose, head, shoulders, knees and toes. Honey, she showed up in it. Honey, she put on this dress that was strapless. Honey, her tits was hanging out. I said, well, she said that that's what she wants to wear, she will wear it. Okay, that's fine. So, of course, her friend is like, you look beautiful in this. It's beautiful. And, of course, desperation, Anna breaks down and starts crying. Because we're back to the communication and lack of. That's what we're back to with Anna. Okay. And did y'all see the preview? Did y'all see the preview next week? Oh, okay. I'm this close with Anna, y'all. I'm this close with her. When will she start taking responsibility on the actions that she has done? Why are they still wearing wedding bands? I'm confused. Let's move on. Okay? Alright, let's talk about Blake and Jasmine. Now, as we know, Jasmine, she's already done told Blake that she's tired. She wants to be alone. Don't touch me. It's hot. I want to go to bed. I'm jet lagged. I need rest. I want to be alone. Don't touch me. It's hot. I'm tired. I want to be alone. Now, when she said all these things, Blake didn't hear that. Blake heard, oh, well, let me invite my friends over here to this hotel and let's have a pool party so they can bombard you and stare at you and look at you and ask you all kinds of questions. That's what Blake heard. Y'all, I was sitting there and I was looking at Blake and I said, who does he remind me of? This. Tell me Blake don't look like Wesley Snipes from Demolition Man. I said, But that's not why we're here. Let's move on. Just keep that picture in your thoughts. Okay, so she was like, all right, I really don't want to meet your friends now. Okay, I'm jet lagged. I'm tired. I want to be alone. But hey, I'm going to drag myself on down here to this pool party so I can be judged by your friends. So, of course, here's the friends. Hey, how you doing? That girl, Rita, honey, she's staring at her like, you see how Rita was looking at Jasmine? I'm like, she's a problem. So the friends, they're asking about where she's from. Will she be able to handle this heat? And of course, Jasmine is like, sure, why not? Just little, she really wasn't going into detail. She was just doing little small yeses, nos, of course. She didn't want to be there. Okay. So, here's Blake holding hands, holding her leg, rubbing her leg, giggling. Okay. Blake is like a child with a new toy. Okay. He wants to show Jasmine off to his friends. Because, hey, look at her. She is beautiful. She's gorgeous, and I want my friends to see that. Hold on, y'all. Let me go flip over my bacon. So they also learned during this little meeting that she's not a drinker. That, she don't drink. And some of the friends are surprised by that. Okay, that, hey, she's not a drinker. She don't drink, Wow. I don't find that shocking that she don't drink, but whatever. So she had enough. And so she was like, I'm not feeling well. Bye. So she gets up and she goes right on up to her room and she goes to bed. So later on that night, here's Blake. Okay. And Blake had on this outfit. And then he puts his jacket on. Y'all, what was that jacket? Was that Versace? Is that the reason why he put that jacket on? Or was it for Sas? Because I didn't understand why in the world are you putting on that jacket with that outfit? Did y'all catch that? I'm like, really? Come on now, like, you live at home with your mama. Why you putting on that Versace jacket, or was it for Sas? Child, what was that, y'all? Let me know down below what type of jacket that was. Was he trying to impress somebody? Child. So they went out to eat. And so he is telling her that he feels like, well, you know, my friends that came all this way to meet you, you know, you could have at least stayed and hung out with my friends. It was a little rude that you're going to, that you left and you headed back up to the room and I didn't see you no more. Honey, she broke it down real quick. She said that I done told you I was tired and that I wanted to be left alone. What you didn't get, you the one that took it upon yourself to invite your friends over. I haven't even been here a whole day. 2 days. I've only been here a day and a half and I'm already meeting your friends. I done flew over here from Russia. I needed sleep. I'm not here to impress your friends. And you know, you heard what she said, y'all. She said, I'm marrying Blake. I'm not marrying his friends. I said, check. Now, I like that comment. I was like, okay, Jasmine. Okay. And I just want to add that sister, apparently that is her sister. They're just odd. But anyway, we'll get on them another time. Let's talk about this mess. So, Jasmine had already let it be known that she wanted to be alone. And here's Blake giggling, embarrassed because she done shut him down altogether. She done cracked his face so many times. And so he's in the middle of the conversation and she looked at him and she says, I'm eating. I don't talk when I'm eating. Honey, guess what Blake said to that? Absolutely nothing, honey. Honey, he was sitting there hella killing mute. You better shut your mouth, Blake, and eat your food. That's what you do. You sit there and you eat your food. I was like, now don't make me like Jasmine. Okay, guys. This is what I think about the situation. I'm with Jasmine on this. Y'all may disagree. If I flew halfway across the world, okay, and I'm tired, and I've let it be known, let me rest up a little bit, okay, but you want to invite your friends already, she's going to be there for a while. His friends could have waited at least 3, 4, 5 days. They ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. Let that girl rest. But Blake got a new toy to show off. Honey, Jasmine, boy, I got tickled with that little conversation. I was like, ooh, Jasmine's something else. What did y'all think about that? Do y'all think that Jasmine should have stayed and talked to the friends? Or do you think that Blake just pushed a little too hard, having her, you know, meet the friends so quick? So, anyway, let's move on. All right, let me make this quick. Michael and Juliana. Now we know that Michael and Juliana are moving. Now we know that Michael, he has bought a big house and he needs to furnish it. So him and Juliana gets in his fancy sports car and goes to a furniture store. I mean, really? You couldn't go to Wayfair or Josh and Maine? So they go to this highfalutin, you know, furniture store. They go in there and she looks at a couch. One of the ugliest couches I have ever seen in my life. Who would buy that couch and put it in their house? Who? That thing costed $14,000. Of course she don't care. She bought a car with a credit card. Okay, so of course he was like, you know, $14,000 for a couch? I don't think so. I think that there's better things that we could spend $14,000 on. So they go into the little next door coffee shop and they start talking about said credit card. And so he was like, I was a little upset with you buying a car with the credit card, because she had said that he was mean to her about getting on her for buying a car. Well, Michael, didn't nobody tell you to give this woman access to your credit card? A woman who has told us over and over and over again that she grew up poor, not poor, poor. Honey, she make it sound like that she was eating dirt for the first 3 years of her life. She make it sound like that she ain't never had nothing, that she was washing in the side of a ditch somewhere. When it rains, that's when they get water. That's what she makes it sound like, child. Okay? She made it sound like that she grew up where she could be in the Suzanne Summers commercial. Y'all remember those commercials? Suzanne Summers would be on, come help the children, come feed the children, child. Was Juliana one of those babies that you see? So, he says that she wasted, money, that he could not believe that she bought a car on a credit card. So he was like, well, where the car at, child? Okay, is the car just sitting there? And so she was like, no, my sister got the car. Okay, she used it as a cab. So I guess she driving around Brazil picking up folks in these dirt pebble roads. These little thin alleyways. I said, child, not the sister using the car as a cab driver. So of course he didn't know this, honey. He was shocked. Did y'all see the look on his face, honey? I bet you he could bite a brick. So he was like, oh really? Oh really? It's oh wow. And she was like, yeah, I'm stupid. I'm an idiot. Girl, Michael, I don't feel a bit sorry for you. You give access, your credit card, to a 23-year-old girl. Do you think she was going to make good decisions? All right, so they didn't buy that ugly couch. So here they are packing up, to move into their new home. Now, I will say this. I adore Michael's kids. Do y'all like his kids? His kids are they are so cute. And they are so smart. And they really seem like they really like Juliana. They're good kids. Real good kids. I like them. So they pile up in that sports car. Now let me tell you something, Michael. I can tell you what you can spend that $14,000 on. Won't you get your SUV or a truck? You got 2 growing children and Juliana. Y'all squeeze into that black sports car. Boy, get out of it. Get you an SUV so you can have room. So anyway, they go into the house. The house is huge, okay? The house is nice. It just needs to be updated, okay? But it is a nice, roomy house, and of course Juliana says that she's never, seen a house so big. She didn't realize that houses was made out of wood, that, where she's from, they're made out of cement. So, of course, she is in awe of this, okay? And she says that it's beautiful, and she let it be known that she was poor. Poor Juliana. Let's move on, shall we? All right, let's talk about Emily and Sasha, okay? So, it's a little boy. I'm sorry, I thought it was a little girl. A little boy named David. Adorable. So, they did a little timeline of, the baby, born to now the baby is 5 months old. Okay. And, of course, Sasha was having problems with his visa. That got approved. Sasha procrastinated to get the baby's visa, I do believe. And so, of course, Emily got upset with him and with that. So she's ready to go home. But everybody needs to be approved before, everybody can go to the, United States. She's having, a hard time, at this point, because she is spending a whole lot of time with that baby and less time with her man, okay? His parents are helping out a lot, which she does appreciate. Did y'all see that baby sitting in that little baby chair? And she came in, she was like, get that baby out that chair. That baby too big for that chair. I said, absolutely right. I was like, if y'all don't take that big baby out of there and put that baby in a recliner. I was just waiting any minute now for that baby to just start running. I was like, good God almighty, baby 5 months old, like you can carry on a full conversation with her. But anyway, so of course she let it be known that the reason why she wanted to have the baby in Russia, so Sasha could connect with the baby, spend a lot of time with the baby, okay? But it backfired because Sasha is spending all his time at work. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, did she say that he leaves for work at 5:30 in the morning and doesn't get home until 11 p.m.? God. She says that Sasha hardly ever sees the baby, hardly spends time with her and the baby. I mean, that is long work hours, but hey, you wanted to have the baby in Russia, so he got to work. So, okay. So, they go for a walk. And here she is talking to him about how he should take care of the baby. Did y'all hear her ask him, do you know when to feed it? Do you know when to feed it? Honey, that baby can tell you when to feed it. I'm hungry. That's what the baby's saying. I'm hungry. The baby probably talking about that. The baby probably graduating next week from high school. Of course this man knows when to feed that baby. When the baby cries, feed it. Okay? He let it be known that, listen, I done had enough of your mouth. Okay? I've had 2 other children. Okay? I know how to raise a child. I know how to handle a child. I know how to take care of my child. That's what he said. That's what he said. He was like, basically, you're overreacting. You're being too protective. I got this. And, of course, she goes on and on and on, nagging. Child, he's going to get sick and tired of that. But everything got approved, and she and the baby and Sasha will be in the United States soon enough. Let's move on. All right, let's talk about Tania and Syngin. They are on their way to visit family and friends. This would be the first time Syngin will be meeting her sister and grandmother and the brother-in-law and the baby and all that. So he's a little bit nervous. He got knots in his stomach. And of course Tania, she's happy to, see her family, and she's happy to introduce Syngin to the family. So they get there, hugs, kissy. Everybody seems to like Syngin. Grandma let it be known, don't cross the family. Don't hurt my grandbaby or you'll get hurt. Family first. Okay, so they're sitting there. And of course Tania brings up baby. She said that she will be 30 soon. Okay. And she wants a child. She didn't want a child today. She don't want a child yesterday. She wants a child within the next 5 minutes. Okay, now listen, she's ready for this baby. All right, she wants to have a baby. And she is talking to Syngin in that confessional. She was like, at 30, complications and half of my eggs disappear. It was so funny. Syngin looked at her and said, what'd you do, read that somewhere? She was like, yeah. He was like, I thought so. And she was like, so anyway, she wants to have this child. Okay, we already know how Syngin feels about it. All right. Syngin is hesitant. Okay, Syngin needs a little bit more time. Then we find out that they have 90 days to be together. But what Tania decided to do? She decided to go to Costa Rica to take some type of holistic healing retreat, from some Afro-Caribbean people in their own land, how to make their own, medicine and food out of herbs and berries. I don't know what it means, child. I ain't trying to disrespect nobody, so let me shut up. But she says in her own words that she wants to be the witch doctor of the community. With the lessons that she learns from these women and from Costa Rica, her and Syngin can open up a small business of holistic healing and herbs and all this, okay? Now, she's going to be gone for a month. A month. She cannot put this off anymore. She's going. So she's going to leave Syngin there by himself with the mother and whoever else. So the family is really shocked by this. I mean, they are looking at her like, are you serious? You're going to leave him here? Now, Syngin was like, yeah, it's okay, it's okay. But in the confessional, he was like, well, I was a little upset because we're only together for 90 days. And out of the 90 days, the whole month, she's going to be going to Costa Rica. Y'all, what's wrong with Tania? What's wrong with her? Is the shed going to be ready, y'all, in that month? I guess Syngin has time to put that shed together, child. Child. That's Tania and that's Syngin. Let's move on. All right, let's talk about Mike and Natalie. All right, Mike, he's selling in. Natalie, she's making breakfast. I think there's eggs and tomatoes. Okay. Now, they had a lovely night before. Okay, so they're sitting there, they're eating. And, of course, what does she bring up? Babies, babies, babies. Okay, she's 35 years old. She's not getting any younger. And she wants kids. Of course, we know Mike, he's not ready for children, okay? Now, he's telling her that, they should wait a little bit because he wants her over to the United States to be with her. That's when they should start a family, okay? And she's like, no, I'm good, and he was like, listen, okay, I want to be here when you have your child. He was like, listen, I want to be with you. I want to be around. I want to be with you. What if you have a child here and I'm not here? What are we going to do? I'm going to talk to the baby through Skype? And she was like, well, my mama here. So, I really don't need you. I just need your sperm. I don't need you present. I got my mom. Okay? So, he is hid and he's howling. He's not really telling her the real reason why he don't want children, but we know why. He in debt. He poor. And he says that he's not financially available. He's not financially ready to take care of her and a child. He says in order for him to have a child, he wants to be able to take care of it. So they go out to dinner to meet a friend, because you always got to meet the friends and the families. So they go out to a restaurant to meet her friend. And then, her friend is like, how things going with the baby? Because there's a little kid, running around. And she was like, I know Natalie wants to have children, but what about you, Mike? And of course he says the same old thing. Of course, he hemmed and hawed and just said the same old thing that, of course that he wants to have a family, but he wants to have a family when, it's time to have a baby, when it makes sense. So, this is what I want to talk about. Let's talk about religion. So, he let it be known that he does not believe in God. Okay. All right. Even though she says, I love the Lord. But he let it be known that he don't believe in God. That he says that aliens are God. Mike, if you don't take your butt back to Side Ditch, Washington, what you talking about, Willis? Aliens. And then he puts this analogy together that when things come from the sky and all this, he says that the only logical thing he can think of that it's spaceships. And that is aliens that's coming from the sky. Not God, not angels, nothing like that. It's aliens. Now, this is the question of the day. Now, I'm not asking you about your religious preferences. That's none of my business. But I am going to ask this. If you are a religious person, if you believe in a higher power, God, would you be able to date someone who's an atheist? Leave it down below. Me, myself? No. Okay. I could not date someone who's an atheist. But I could not date anyone who's an atheist. But that's just me. But I want to know down below what y'all think. And what do y'all think about his whole alien story, child? Mike, stop it. Please stop. So, later on, Mike and Natalie goes running. Alright? He's, trying to keep up. She's a runner. And then all of a sudden, he was like, oh yeah, did your ex-boyfriend run? I'm like, Mike, now why you bring up that man? So she was like, Mike! And of course, she gets upset. She gets defensive. Did y'all see her face, honey? Her eyes got as big as saucers, honey. Her jaw was clenched. I was like, child, she can bite a brick right now, honey. She was mad. And he says that the only reason why he brought up the ex is because the friend had brought it up the night before. And he just wanted to know more about him and if he was a runner. And she was like, yeah, he's a runner, but I don't want to talk about him. Okay, let's talk about these babies. So, of course, they have a little bit of an argument because he brought up the ex and she don't want to talk about the ex. It was a terrible breakup and she just want to be, done with it. So, anyway, that is Mike and Natalie. Let's move on. All right, last and least, let's talk about Robert and Anny. Okay? Alright, so last week they had their big old blow up because of the social media pictures and the ex, and we find out that, Robert out here using his penis for public service. So, it's the next day, and she is still mad, honey. She is bacon grease mad. She's not talking to him. She's ignoring him, and he's like, oh man, she is mad as fire. Let's go. Let me go. Take her to the gym so she can, do some blows and they can fight off this, aggression. Okay, let's release some steam. So they go to this gym and there's this boxer, all right? And he starts talking to him, and then the boxer gets into a full-blown conversation about those two relationship. Honey, the boxer did more talking than box. I'm like, how are you going to tell a complete stranger about y'all's, arguments? I mean, they get into a full-blown argument in front of the boxer. Okay, of course, she brings up the pictures and the exes and how the exes is kissing him on the mouth. And so, of course, Robert was like, listen, them pictures have my children in them. Okay, and if you don't like it, too bad. And she was like, some of them pictures don't even have your kids in them. Some of them pictures is just your exes and you kissing each other on the mouth. And of course, here's Robert. The past is the past. Okay, I'm not getting rid of them pictures. So she was like, all right, how about I put my pictures up of my exes? And he was like, oh, well, you know what? You can get one of them MFs. They can drive you back to the airport. How about that? So, they going back and forth in front of the box, and the box was like, child, honey, this ain't gonna last 2 months. Honey, she seemed like a whole lot. So, of course, they're boxing and arguing. Boxing and arguing. They're trying to release steam, but the more they box, the more upset, she's getting. Child, it was just a whole mess. So, later on, he meets up with the grandparents. Okay, porno grandma and that grandfather that has, I think, tendencies. So, Annie like that. Okay? You know, it's really inappropriate that you asking my woman what type of birth control she using. And so porno grandma was like, I didn't think it was inappropriate at all. Okay? I want to know, do y'all plan on having children? I mean, we don't know nothing about this woman. Okay? Are y'all planning on having children? Now, let me tell you something, porno grandma. Where's your daughter? Where's she at? Now, one of my subscribers left a comment last week. Sure did. She sure did. She left a comment. Let me find it. Let me find out where your daughter at. What's her activities? What the daughter thinking, y'all? What the daughter thinking? Sure, yeah, let me see. Oh, no. Hold on. Hold on. Let me find that comment. Let's see. Alright, so this is what my subscriber Amanda C. Hey girl, she says word on the curb is I heard Bryce's mom got arrested after Robert called the police on her and she rushed a police officer. Now, that's allegedly. That's what Amanda C. told me, child. So, instead of you worried about what type of birth control Annie got, you need to be worried about why your daughter is rushing police officers. Where's she at? Where your daughter at? Okay. So she goes on and she says that she don't regret anything she says to Annie. Okay. Did she come off a little bit harsh? Yes. Does she feel like that she stepped over boundaries a little bit? Yes. But she don't regret anything she says because she says you just known this woman for a day. And you done brought this woman around our grandchild. And so Robert said, now listen here, I may known her for the day, but Annie is the one that gets Bryson up every morning. Annie is the one that's giving him breakfast. Annie is the one that's taking him to school. See, porno grandma didn't have nothing to say to that. Where's your daughter? Now see, why isn't your daughter getting her son up every morning? Giving her son breakfast, taking her son to school. Oh no, she's too busy rushing officers, allegedly. So the grandfather says that he feels like that Robert is using Annie as a maid. He says, are you really just using this woman just to take care of Bryson while you have to do whatever you have to do, a mail-ordered bride? And so Robert said, man, I cannot believe y'all asking me that. Why would you say that? Because, see, the grandfather also says, do you even love her? And, of course, Robert says, y'all know me better than that. Do y'all think I would have a woman around my son that I don't love? Get off of it. So, of course, they're hid and they're hollering. And then porno grandma was like, listen, I just don't want this woman to come in between me and Bryson, our relationships with our grandchild. I don't want her to come in between that. We don't know this woman. We don't know if she's just trying to take over. Okay? I want to spend all the time in the world with Bryson, and I don't want no hiccups. I don't want no stranger coming in and just breaking this up. So Robert says that, okay? I would not listen, okay? Robert is like, listen, okay? That's not going to happen, all right? Annie is here. I love Annie, okay? Annie loves Bryson, and Bryson loves Annie. So, of course, they bring up, maybe we can all get together and we can discuss it. And so Robert was like, listen, I see what Annie has to say about it. I will see if Annie is willing to talk to you, okay? You came on a little bit harsh, porno grandma. You better be ready. You better come with an apology. That's what you better come with. Okay? So, that's it, guys. All right? That is it. that is all. What did you think about the episode? Discuss it down below. Alright? And I think that's it. I think I hit everyone. I think I hit all the participants. If I didn't, oh well. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends. Bye.